So I've been getting asked a lot, like, how did I get in the LGBT community to begin with? And I did grow up in a Christ background, like my family. You know, my grandpa, my uncle, they were both pastors. You know, my grandma was a woman of God. My mom was a woman of God. So that part of the seed was already instilled in me long before I really got here. But growing up, I was always just so different. And when I say different, I mean like from the way that I talk to the way that I walk to the way that I dress. I just never fit in anywhere I went. So even as a kid, it was something that I developed when I was really young, in like first or second grade. You know, like I knew that I stood out. I knew that I was different in the way that people was treating me. I didn't like that, and I didn't understand it. You know what I mean? I didn't realize I was really a foreigner in this world. You know, as a kid, it's hard to understand. But what I did was I developed the mechanism of coping, like trying to accept, like, okay, this is who I am. This is who the world sees me as, but they don't like it. And since they don't like it, now I need to change who I am. And so that's pretty much what I did. Like, I was still me to a certain degree, but I changed a lot about me to fit in with others. And it really didn't do me any good in the long run, because I still ain't got no friends. So, but being told that you're a man when you're really a woman, like constantly, even as a kid, you know what I'm saying, like not even understanding what's going on, like you literally just doing you know what I mean, like it was just so much that was put into me as a kid that really led to how I ended up being in it. So really, not being able to be who I was, really, that messed with my confidence and my self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? And that's also really how I lost my identity to begin with. Your identity never comes from the world anyway, but my identity, I never even had the chance, because I let the world define who I was, and in the long run it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they told me some of the worst things that they could have ever told me about myself. You know, literally the complete opposite of what Jesus says about me. But you know, it was just hard growing up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even now, you know what I'm saying, I've never been comfortable in women clothing. Like, I feel like I'm suffocating. Like, everything is too tight. It's just, I can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that that's not something that God will work with me on moving forward on my journey with him. But as me personally, you know what I'm saying, it's as long as I've been me, that's always been who I was. So like I said, you know, being a kid, you in the first, second grade, everybody calling you this little boy, and you know what I'm saying, you're not even thinking like that. You like, bro, I just threw on, you know what I'm saying, some basketball shorts, a t-shirt, man, I'm just trying to come out here and come kick it, you know what I'm saying, and then you making it something that it's not. But that's something that you see going on in the world now, and God speaks about that in the Bible, where he's saying, you know what I'm saying, they like, where is all the women that they being told they men, and then you wonder where all the men that they being told they women. So this world is so messed up, man. Like, when I say it messed with my confidence, my self-esteem, all I felt comfortable around was women, you know what I'm saying, because women are natural nurturers, and guys, of course, just treat me as friends, you know what I'm saying. So the interest or anything like that in them, that left long before it could ever get started, you know what I'm saying, because I already knew that we wasn't gonna be nothing more than just friends. So my thing was, all right, well, if the women are the ones who are accepting me, this must be where I belong. Was I wrong? But that's really how I ended up getting in it, because it was really, women were the only ones who were accepting of me, you know what I'm saying. And it's crazy, because once I did like really get into the lifestyle, man, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I was in it for over 20 years, so I done been through a lot. I done seen a lot. I done did a lot. But even with all that said and done, all the different women I done had, all the different things I done did, all the different places I done went with these women or whatever the case may be, I was still not happy. I was never happy. I was never happy. Yeah, I had happy moments and good days and good times, and you know, I got some memories I can look back on and say, man, what a time I had, you know. But overall, in general, that's really how I ended up getting on drugs so tough, how I was drinking so tough. Like, I literally could drink like a pint a day, you know what I'm saying? We're not even gonna talk about smoking, because that, I could burn up a tree and by myself in a day, you know what I mean? Like, I was dealing with a pill addiction, you know what I'm saying? I done did cocaine. Like, I had all those issues and all them problems looking for happiness, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I say it just wasn't never worth it, it wasn't never worth it. And that's really how I ended up getting into porn at such a young age too, because I just, sexually, you know what I'm saying, things just weren't, it just wasn't what I was looking for, you know what I'm saying, to keep it clean. But being in the LGBT community is one of the most depressing, self-sucking lifestyles I have ever lived. And it took me a long time to realize that's what was going on, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times we're like, man, you know, I'm not happy, maybe I just need another job, let me get a new car, let me move, you know, let me date somebody new. But even after doing all that, you know what I'm saying, I still wasn't never happy. I was never happy. And I didn't know that until I came out of that lifestyle, and I realized how depressed and how sad and how addicted to this I was, and addicted to that you know what I'm saying? That's not how I want to live, man. And like, just looking back on it, it makes me sad, because I was really unhappy. I really was.